Would you like to rise in body or spirit and join together in singing? Winds Will Be Still. If you do not know this one, it's in the hymnal, number 83. Our next song, Oh Brother Son. This is in the teal hymnal, but you might recognize this melody.
Good morning. Welcome to the Climate Justice Revival Worship Service at Namakwa Unitarian Universalist Congregation. My name is Lehne Leverette. I use she, her pronouns, and I am delighted to be your worship associate for today. This morning we're doing things a little differently. We are joining congregations all over the country for a time of renewal and recommitment addressing the climate crisis as it relates to the other justice commitments of our congregation. Together, we can move past systems and cultures of extraction to usher in a new era with love and justice at the center. We protect what we love. So during this morning's worship, we will be remembering our love for earth, air, fire, and water. We will be tapping into our love for people, especially those first and most impacted by climate disruption, like we're seeing right now. We will be celebrating all of creation and recommitting our care and protection. We are so glad that you have joined us in this place of rejoicing. Let's begin with breath and air. I invite you to notice your breathing, however easy or labored it might be. Give thanks for those gathered with you. And give thanks for air, always present, supporting all life. Just a few little announcements. Many thanks to all who participated in UU the Vote, sending postcards to Georgia to remind people to vote. We have completed and mailed 1,600 postcards and hundreds more for other postcard campaigns. If you happen to still have a packet or two around, please turn them in ASAP, even if they're not yet completed. We're missing 15 packets that haven't come back yet, but thank you. By the way, all these stamps are expensive, so if you want to help us pay for them, please drop a few dollars in the postcard collection box. And thanks again for making this effort such a success. We're excited to begin forming small groups for our small group ministry program, and we hope you'll consider joining us. Tuesday, October 1st is the last day we are taking registrations for small group ministry right now, and our groups are mostly full already. Next Sunday, October 6th, after the worship service, we will have a special orientation for those who are registered for small group ministry right here in the sanctuary. Please join us for this important introduction as we get our group started. Next Sunday service, join Jan and Wright and the UU writers as they share some of their favorite writings with the congregation. Their offerings will be varied, but all are united by a shared thread of connection and reflection. If you have a brief personal joy or sorrow you would like to share in today's service but don't want to come to the mic, please write it down on a piece of paper or a form from the table at the entrance. It'll be collected by the ushers during the offering. And of course, please join us for a coffee hour after the service today in the building just behind this one. And thank you to everyone involved in today's service.
And I just want to say thank you to Lehne for being a worship associate. Today is her first day being a worship associate here. Woohoo! Aren't we lucky? Yeah. And we share with you these opening words that are being shared with hundreds of congregations all across the country this morning. Throughout religious history, revivals have marked periods of resurgence in people's commitments to their faith traditions. Classic American tent revivals took people out of the four walls of the church and into the world. They brought the community together and served as a galvanizing force for the future, often during times of great change and anxiety.
In the midst of overlapping climate crises and mounting social injustice, we are in a time of great change and profound anxiety. Taking a note from those who have gone before us, the UUA Climate Justice Revival is meant to be a time to come together and recommit. So as we come into worship, we share these words by Reverend Megan Foley, Deputy Director for Congregational Life at our Unitarian Universalist Association.
When Unitarian Universalists light our chalice, we are doing more than moving a bit of flame from a little stick to our favorite candle. When Unitarian Universalists light our chalices, we are showing what happens when we harness the power of fire. Fire is one of the world's most sacred elements, perhaps because it always causes change.
Fire warms and feeds, fire destroys and eliminates. With a bit of attention and care, fire works with us to reveal, to show, literally to illuminate. Fire helps us to see and to survive. And so fire is an especially sacred symbol today at our climate justice revival, because we are in need of change. We are in need of warmth and sustenance, and we need to clear a bright new path for ourselves and our world.
And like fire, we are powerful. Like fire, we create change. May this service remind us of our fire and passion and commitment for positive change. May it be so. And as part of that commitment, I invite us to share our affirmation this morning. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its call. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. And share your fiery passion by greeting those around you. Oh, I love that song. Oh my gosh. You all sound amazing singing it too. I have a really great story to share today. And I would like to invite anyone who considers themselves a child to come forward and join me. Let's do it. I know. Let's do it. Oh, so good. I love your shirt, by the way. And this is Elias, Chantel's little boy, our office administrator. Yes. And you know this book already, don't you? I'm not sure everybody here knows the book, though, so we'll have to find out what it actually says. Will you help me? Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, there is a boy up there. Do you want to join us? Okay, that's okay. We all know what it's like to not want to come down. It's okay. So this book is called What Do You Do with a Problem? Oh, I could use this book. I don't know about... Okay, I know. I'm a little silly sometimes, huh? Yeah, I know. I don't know how it happened, but one day I had a problem. I didn't want it. I didn't ask for it. I really didn't like having a problem, but there it was. Why is it here? What does it want? What do you do with a problem? I thought. I wanted to make it go away. I shooed it. I scowled at it. I tried ignoring it, but nothing worked. So I started to worry about my problem. What if it swallows me up? Oh my goodness, it's getting bigger. What if my problem sneaks up on me and gets me? Oh no. And what if it takes away all of my favorite things? Oh, no. Yeah. And the more I worried, the bigger my problem got. Ooh, it's really getting big now. It's taken over the world here. I wished it would just disappear. I tried everything. I could hide from it. I tried everything I could to hide from it. I even found a way to disguise myself, but it still found me. Didn't it? Where is he? Do you see him? Yes. Right there. Yeah. Yeah, I know it. He's right there. And the more I avoided my problem, the more I saw it everywhere. And I thought about it all the time, and it didn't feel good at all. I know. Anybody relate to this story? Just, yeah. I couldn't take it anymore. This has to stop, I declared. Yeah, that's silly. Yeah. Maybe I was making my problem bigger and scarier than it actually was. Could that be? Yes. Yes. After all, my problem hadn't really swallowed me up or attacked me. Okay, so he's taken things into his own hands now. I realized I had to face it. I have to face it. So even though I didn't really want to, even though I was really afraid, I got ready and I jumped on it and I tackled my problem. And when I got face to face with it, did you just tackle your problem? Yeah.
I tackled myself.
You tackled yourself? And when I got face to face with it, I discovered something I didn't expect. My problem wasn't what I thought it was. I discovered it had something beautiful inside. Ooh, look at that. Ah. Are you going to tell me? My problem held an opportunity. It was an opportunity for me to learn and to grow. Yeah. And to be brave. Do you think you have to be brave to tackle your problem?
Yes.
Yeah. And to do something. It showed me that it was important to look closely because some opportunities only come once. Yeah. That is true. So now I see problems differently. I'm not afraid of them anymore because I know their secret. Every problem has an opportunity for something good. You just have to look for it. Yeah. Woohoo. Yeah. Thank you for helping me with the story.
Yeah.
Do you want to go play?
Yes, yes. Yes, Ocean. Ocean is here.
Oh, are you going to go play with Ocean? Awesome.
Can we go after see?
Yeah. We can go play if we want to. We're going to sing you out. We're going to make a tunnel. And you're going to go under the tunnel. Are you ready?
I don't know about you, but I vote for him helping with Story Hour every Sunday. I vote for Elias. That was awesome. Yes. I have had the pleasure of living in several places that other folks go on vacation. The mountains of Tennessee, the beaches of Florida, the green fields of Ireland, the hills and valleys of England, and of course, the majestic peaks of Colorado. I'm blessed because to me, nature is a place to go for healing, reflection, wisdom, and peace. I feel more in touch with my Creator there than anywhere else. It makes me want to write poetry about the wonder and beauty of the natural world, but I am not a poet. So, I'm going to read you one of my favorite poems written by someone who feels the same way as I do about our world, Mary Oliver. Look, the trees are turning their own bodies into pillars of light. They're giving off the rich fragrance of cinnamon and fulfillment. The long tapers of cattails are bursting and floating away over the blue shoulders of the ponds. And every pond, no matter what its name is nameless now. Every year, everything I have ever learned in my lifetime leads back to this: the fires and the black river of loss, whose other side is salvation, whose meaning none of us will ever know. To live in this world, you must be able to do three things: to love what is mortal, to hold it against your bones, knowing your own life depends on it, and when the time comes to let it go, let it go. I light our chalice in honor of the interdependent web of existence of which we are a part.
You support the work of this congregation and all the ways we live our values in the world through your generosity. In addition to supporting this church, half of your donations support a local nonprofit organization helping us to make a difference beyond our walls. During the 2 months of September and October, we are giving to the Friends of the Loveland Library as part of our shared values to work to be diverse, multicultural, beloved communities where all thrive. Sounds like a good plan. I'd like to invite Laura Stump from the Loveland Public Library Foundation to come tell you more about their organization. Laura, would you like to share? Thanks. Glad you're here, by the way.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of the Friends of the Loveland Public Library, thank you for choosing us for your half-plate donations for September and October. As is our mission, we will put your donation to good use in support of our beloved Loveland Library. I know that the main reason you chose the Friends is your interest in social justice and assistance to unhoused and low-income people in our community. So I reached out to our library director, Amy Phillips, for a rundown on some of the many ways in which the library is a part of filling this need. We have free open space that is welcoming to all. There are computer labs for individuals, teens, and families to assist with day-to-day digital needs, along with digital navigators who can help anyone learn digital skills, including job skills. They also provide weekly visits to St. Valentine's Apartments, plus several low-income housing developments. The library has community partnerships with several organizations, including the Larimer County Workforce, Homeward Alliance, Kids Pack, which works to support food insecure families, and Mobile Laundry, which provides services 2 days a week. And of course, there's lots of free, family-friendly programming going on at all times. So that's a partial rundown of all the things your generous funding will contribute toward. But I would be remiss today if I didn't also mention the most important thing you can do this fall to support the library and all the other services in Loveland, and that is to vote for ballot measure 2A, the penny sales tax increase that'll be on the ballot of any City of Loveland resident. The library's hours, staff, and programming will be cut severely in 2025 if this measure doesn't pass. And a library that isn't well funded will not be able to continue being the great resource that it currently is for all community members. The Friends and another group called SOS Loveland, that stands for Save Our Services, will be putting up yard signs, holding rallies, and doing sign waving. I can chat with any of you after the service if you'd like to know more about this effort. And thank you once again to everyone.
So wonderful. Thank you, Laura. Please give generously and support this important cause, and remember to vote. Thank you.
They took all the trees, put them in a tree museum. And they charged the people $1.50 just to see 'em. Hey, farmer, farmer, put away the DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, believe me, the birds and the bees. Please, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Ooh, ba, 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 ba. Ooh, ba, 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 ba. Late last night, I heard the screen door slam. Bang! And a big yellow taxi took away my old man. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. I said, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.
Good morning, everybody. Everybody hear me? So I'm talking about the topics climate change as part of our social justice ministry. We started this activity about a year ago, and it all started right here or in Parker Hall next door. And we started to gain momentum. Some of us were very instrumental in getting this all to work. We invited speakers such as Heidi Proes from Larimer County, Lucinda Smith, the director of Power and Water from the city, Kevin Gertig. We had a lot of people, and that all started in mid last year, September. And then in December, 3 of us went to city council and spoke in front of the council asking for a climate action plan. I don't know if you know, but we're the only city in Northern Loveland that does not have one. Everybody has a climate action plan, and that allows us to get grants and money and subsidies, but we don't have one. So right after the November election, we thought we had an opportunity, and it was well received. And we now do have a task force with about 18 members. Since then, the city has been awarded an energy efficiency and conservation block grant as part of the Department of Energy, and that grant is worth $128,000, and for that, we're going to get a project manager. Now, things have been a bit slow because they're in the process of hiring this manager, and then Lehne is going to speak about what we are doing as part of this activity. Thank you.
Okay. As Leo said, there was a group of us in the Social Justice Committee who were really interested in climate change, and we wanted the city to start a commission on climate change and sustainability. So we invited members, as Leo said, from the city to speak to us. We then, 3 of us, Leo, myself, and Kathy Hartman, spoke in front of the city council, and we went and met with the assistant city manager. We met with him 3 or 4 times, and he was really excited about this. But when we finished talking, he was willing to apply for a grant and try and set up a task force. So we were really instrumental in getting this started. We were thrilled about that. Yeah. They've been a little slow to start. We're supposed to start this fall, and we're waiting for they're hiring a project manager, and as soon as he is hired, we can start working. We've invited Jim Jamsforth to join us. They wanted 4 people to be from the citizenship to be part of the task force. So all 4 of them are from Namaqua. So we're anxious to get started and hoping it'll start soon.
Isn't that amazing? And you didn't even know this was happening behind your backs, did you? Isn't that cool? Yeah, that's why I wanted them to come up here and talk about this. We have a reading we'd like to share with you. One of you take this one and one of you take that mic. Yeah. So one of you go to that mic. Okay, great. Good. Yeah, that'd be great, because we've already are wired. We look wired. I feel a little wired. So my friends, with all of this great news that you just heard, I invite you to join with us in a spirit of prayer and meditation. Fear stifles the imagination and limits our capacity for relationships that embrace our beautiful and abundant humanity. Fear creates cynical cycles of supremacy and extractive relationships with each other and with our planet. Reimagining together is how we overcome fear. Reimagining together is how we build new relationships and a new era, putting love at the center. Today, especially, we put love at the center of our work for climate justice. So please join us in this prayers of the people and the planet. Our congregational response is, let us reimagine a new era together.
So beginning right here in our congregation, we pray for ourselves that we open our hearts to be companions, caring for a hurting world and committing to create a world of flourishing.
Let us reimagine a new era together.
With reverence for the great web of life and with humility, we acknowledge our place in it. We commit to protect Earth and all beings from exploitation. So we pray for land, ecosystems, all species, the entire natural world.
Let us reimagine our new era together.
We pray for justice for local frontline communities who are impacted first, worst, and longest by climate change and who face systematic oppression.
Let us reimagine our new era together. In our reimagining, we gain the capacity to recommit to recommit to communities of mutual support, which are the building blocks of an ecosystem of mutual survival. Let us reimagine a new era together.
We look towards each other, people of faith, good conscience, and spirit, and we lean on one another, trusting in the hope that we can create together.
Let us reimagine a new era together.
We may right the wrongs of the past, not by ignoring them, but by doing the difficult work of dismantling the oppressive systems and behaviors that feed our illusion of separation. May we live in a way that honors our interdependence and acts in accordance with our interconnection with all people and the planet.
Let us reimagine our new era together.
As we begin in local, committed communities of support, we find the strength and courage to widen our circles of concern, resisting hierarchies of value and ideologies of scarcity.
Let us reimagine our new era together.
In our widening and deepening connections, we discover relations in the salt-kissed islands of Kiribati, the solid and frozen ground of NUUC, Alaska, and the life-giving valley of the Rio Guapinol.
Let
us reimagine our new era together.
With humility and commitment, we acknowledge our part in so much harm to our relations: saltwater encroachment, dying permafrost, and the poison refuse of illegal mining.
Let us reimagine our new era together.
May we set down fear. May our courage to face the intersecting systems of harm lead us to the strength to create intersecting practices of love and healing so that we all may flourish.
Let us reimagine our new era together.
Reimagining together, we build new relationships. We put love at the center of our climate justice work, and we commit. May it be so. Amen. Well, they said this year was going to be big for hurricanes due to the record-setting warm waters in the Atlantic. Level 4 hurricane devastation is just shockingly massive that just happened from Hurricane Helene. And aside from the billions of dollars of damage, the death toll, as I last saw it last night, is up to 64, according to the Associated Press. That's the worst part. May we mourn the loss of these unknown humans, or maybe you know someone, and hold in our hearts those who are grieving the devastation and the loss. And we have our own record-setting warmth happening, not devastation. But last report I saw, it is supposed to reach 90 degrees today, and it seems like August has made a return. Now, I know this may feel like a weather report, but not only is it uncomfortable, but it is just plain unsettling because it doesn't feel right for this time of year. And I've heard of many of you saying this to me throughout the week. You've all been noticing this. Yeah. It's like there is a haunting refrain that never quite leaves us. This is climate change, and it will get worse. This is climate change, and it will get worse. Are you guys haunted by this too? It's not just me, right? Okay. And I don't mean to be a big downer here. I'm just naming something that I think we are all experiencing. Like the book we read earlier, the problem and the worry just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It is ubiquitous. It is infused into our lives, always there. How will our efforts to turn climate change around be affected by the election? That's another worry, and it raises the stakes even more. And the stakes are about as high as they could possibly be, it seems. But this is the time we are living in. And I can't make all your anxieties go away, but I hope it helps to know that we all share them, that we're all in this together. And just like the book says, all of those worries and all of the problems are also full of new possibilities. You know, we Unitarian Universalists, we're about deeds, not creeds. It's not so much what we say as what we do. Sitting around hoping for some invisible force to come and save us just isn't how we roll. Invisible forces are welcome to help. But we are people of action and commitment. I'm not so good at sitting around being helpless, and from what I have seen of you, neither are you. And neither was my dad, the junior high science teacher who was serious about climate change and climate justice back in the day that we called it ecology, conservation, and just pollution of every kind. Living with my dad was filled with endless streams of science lessons about rocks, about the weather, about flora and fauna, about pollution. And in the late 80s, just before he died, he was already talking about this new, crazy, hard to believe notion of climate change. Well, when I was a kid growing up in Montrose, Colorado, on the western slope, any of you been there? Yeah. Beautiful area? Yeah. My dad would take my brother and I to the bottom of the Black Canyon, okay, about 2,000 feet down, sometimes 3,000 feet down, depending on where. So that very steep, dirt road. My crazy dad. And then he would put the tailgate down on the pickup, our old 1957, I don't know, Chevy pickup. And then he would put it in the lowest possible gear and he would start driving up. And we would sit on the tailgate and we would scan all the sides looking for trash. Looking for trash, looking for aluminum cans, looking for glass cans, anything we could find. And my brother and I would jump off, we'd run over, grab it, throw it in the back of the pickup truck and jump back on the tailgate. Well, yeah, different sense of safety back in those days. But, but we were good. He was watching. He'd like stop if we needed to. It was quite the workout, let me tell you. And actually, we would drive all around Montrose County doing this. And it was to us, it was a game. And the reward for us was recycling the glass and aluminum to make a little bit of pocket money for after school. What I didn't know at the time was that he was also taking on big business in Montrose and Delta counties to shut down these big towers, lumber yards. I don't know what to call them. They were shaped like a teepee. They were, yeah, you know what, teepee burners, is that what you call them? Yeah, and yeah, I think they were just there to burn up the sawdust and old lumber and pollution, and it polluted the whole valley, Uncompahgre Valley. The whole valley was polluted with this every day. And I always wondered why one day they disappeared. Well, just about 10 years ago, my mom told me that my dad led the effort to shut them down. And he succeeded. And I didn't even know. Well, we didn't have Unitarian Universalism in Montrose back in those days. But I swear we were raised as Unitarian Universalists through and through. We just didn't know it. And in my opinion, this is a form of love. He was doing this for us, his children and his family, but also for all of the people living day after day with that terrible air pollution. He loved the earth. He loved us. He loved life, and he worked to improve it in every possible way that he could. There's no question that these experiences with my dad shaped me. I'd love to talk geology with you anytime. I can't stand the thought of littering among other good traits, and it is probably why I often feel like starting my sermons with a weather report. I know it's easy to get caught up, my friends, in the stories of those who don't care, those who are in denial about climate change, those who know about it but are fighting to keep the old destructive ways in place, and those who manipulate the rest of us with lies. This too is an endless source of anxiety. Like, did you see the story that came out this week with California suing the big oil companies for lying about recycling plastic? Ay, ay, ay. When negative stories come up, there is always another side. I have to remind myself of this all the time. There's always another side that is positive, and that is the story that needs to also be told. As Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers, said, look for the helpers. Look for the helpers. For every climate denier and manipulator, there are those who are uncovering the lies and the deceptions and the abuses and finding solutions. Love is at the center of all of this work. So think about your own story of how you came to carry this worry of climate change with you as a constant companion. Think about all the things that you have done to make a difference. Even reading a story to a child is making a difference. You make a difference when you recycle things that actually get recycled. You make a difference in writing 2,000 postcards. You make a difference in so many ways. Think of all the ways that you taught and shaped your children, friends, and communities towards addressing climate change. Just like our climate justice ministry that we heard from earlier from Leo and Lehne. That's brilliant. They just said, you know, this is ridiculous. Let's do something about it. Bam. Well, maybe it didn't feel like bam at the moment, but but you know, the speed of governance is actually slower than the speed of church. You know, so for you to get that done in that amount of time is pretty brilliant. And each and every one of us, if we weren't committed to the love of our planet and all that lives on it, we wouldn't work for this change. But we are the people with love at the center of our values. And right now, this very morning, there are UUs, in case you didn't know, that's Unitarian Universalist, in hundreds of congregations around the country gathered for this climate justice revival. I think the last count was over 400 congregations. And we'll do more with this at a later time, but we are all talking about what we can do to address climate change and climate justice. And this map shows all the different ones around the country that have registered for this event. That's pretty mind-blowing. At least it is for me. That's a lot. Yeah. And in case you, and it looks like every congregation in Colorado is also taking part. I can't find a congregation that isn't on this map. That's all of us. I know, we're kind of a small but mighty denomination. And in case you can't see us, here's a close-up of the Front Range where you can see Loveland clearly marked. Yes. You see us? Okay. And this next slide is my own version of the new 6 shared values flower, with love at the center, surrounded by our shared values. Considering the issue of climate change, each of our shared values is a part of this issue. Consider this: interdependence, the interconnected web of life. Need I say more? Equity, and I'll add justice here too. Those suffering from poverty and lack of resources often suffer the most from the effects of climate change, and third world countries are often more impacted from climate change. Transformation, yep, well, transform or die is kind of where I think where we're at here. Not to increase your anxiety, but I don't think I am. I think you knew that. Yeah, we have to transform. Pluralism, we are a global society now. We must learn to work with others who are different than ourselves. And generosity, caring for others, not just ourselves. Thinking about others around the planet, not just ourselves. Any effort of us to address climate change is generous, and we will need a lot of generosity. And love is at the center. That is what it's all about: creating, healing, and supporting life. We are a small denomination, but we are mighty. And we have proven again and again that our footprint to affect change is much larger than one might think. So I hope it helps for you to be able to see that all the different compadres and collaborators that are showing up in force for the same causes that we do. For every congregation on there, there are tens, hundreds, even thousands of people represented. There's probably at least 8,000, 10,000 people represented in all the congregations that are doing this just this morning. In these congregations, these people are just like us, taking action, influencing public officials, families, and friends, making a difference towards a new sustainable way of living. I think of Pete Seeger. Did you know that Pete Seeger was a Unitarian Universalist? Not surprising. I know it. And by the way, Mary Oliver, whom we heard from earlier, was also a Unitarian Universalist. You didn't know that either, right? Countless scientists, engineers, artists, university professors, teachers, factory workers, farmers, ranchers, business people, Unitarian Universalists, just like us. Just like my dad, just like so many of you, just like myself, just like our climate justice team, we keep working on the issues and finding ways to chip away and make a difference. And our efforts spread in unlikely places, like our Loveland city government. How brilliant. So I find hope, and I hope you do too, in the actions of ourselves and the waves of millions of people across the planet, maybe even 1 billion or more, around the globe who are serious about addressing the climate crisis. The naysayers, the deniers, they've had their day. They've had their day. It's over. They just haven't figured it out yet. But we're here to let them know. It's over. We're done. Against all the odds, against the naysayers, the change is happening. I'm sorry, but I can't predict the future. I've tried. But I can predict we are and always have been the people who show up, the people who do the work, the people who are on the cutting edge of finding solutions, even as those shift and change with new learning. We too shift and change. Together, we help find the solutions, and the solutions are there, my friends. Together, we help shape a new world. We are doing it now. You have been doing this probably for decades already. Together, my friends, with all of those other Unitarian Universalists and all of the millions of people around the planet who are also passionate about climate change, we are creating hope, and we are creating our future. So to quote Rachel Mislevy, who is one of the organizers of this big event, love reimagines. When love is at the center of our climate, love grounds, love connects, love builds, love transforms, love nourishes, and love reimagines. So my friends, this is a time to reimagine our world together. This is a time to embrace life, embrace a world where all communities thrive. Can you imagine? It's a great tragedy indeed for those fomenting hatred. Denying a climate change is real, manipulating, lying, and cheating at the expense of the planet. If they manage to destroy our sense of hope and the ability to dream for a better world, they have triumphed. Are you going to give them that? Just checking. For the only thing that they have ever created, for the only thing that has ever created a better world are those who are willing to dream it, believe it, and work at it. And that's us. Unless I'm in the wrong church. Okay. Okay. So don't lose your drive to take action and make a difference. Don't let yourself get depressed or the deniers win. So love wins instead when we do take action, and the planet wins when we choose to engage, as we always have, in concert with all of those like-minded, like-hearted individuals who share our values around the world, who are working with us through the interconnected web of life to bring healing and sustainability to the planet and each other. The opportunities are there, we are taking them, and we are creating a new future. It is happening. Look for it. It is happening. So my friends, will you join with me in a ritual blessing of each other? I invite you to turn to someone around you, if they are comfortable, and share a word or two about your own passions around climate justice, and listen to them about their own thoughts. And we all understand if this is not your thing, and that's okay too. So if you don't want to participate, do as Reverend Lydia taught us last week, and just give yourself a hug. And in this act of self-care, folks will know to collaborate with someone else. Please don't leave anyone out that does want to participate. Please be sure to listen carefully to each other and then bless each other with these words. Friend, you are commissioned to act for the climate justice. I bless your hands. May they do the work that must be done, care for those who need the touch of kindness, and create flourishing everywhere. Let us bless each other.
Just gonna say,
to bless each other. I invite you to rise and body your spirit when you are ready, and let us sing. No, we have to sing this. Here we go. I invite you to reach out and connect with one another in whatever way is comfortable for you. Holding hands, arms around, or just from a distance. These words are adapted from Peggy Clark. Keep reimagining a new world together, my friends. Knowing how quickly the flame of truth may be extinguished, how easily the chalice of fellowship can be broken. Let us be vigilant in our faith, keep peace in our hearts, and care for one another. With this, we fan the flames of our passion, the light of our love. May our light travel out everywhere, blessing the world always. May we go in peace and love the world. May it be so. Amen. So be it. Thank you. Thank you. Do you want to walk with me?